Yeah, hello there and welcome back, and let us continue over here. And today we are going to learn about the another topic on the Flutter, SwiftUI as well as the Jetpack Compose. And today we are going to build up our image. So let us try to load the image to our application. So first we'll start with the Flutter, and I'll go and create a new file over here inside my widget folder. And let's call this one as a image widget or something. So image widget file, and let's create the stateless widget first of all, and I'll call it as a image widget over here. And let's import this material package, and from here we'll return the image, right? And we will load it from the asset folder. So currently we don't have any image, so what we will do is we'll try to go and load the image. So currently if I go over here, currently we don't have the assets folder, so let me create a new assets folder over here, assets, and inside this let us add some image. And for that, let me go and get some image from here. So I'll be taking the let us take this one, and let me drag it to here. Well, let me rename this one, and let's rename this one to something like image 1 or something. So let's rename that one. And once we have that, let's go to this pubspec.yaml file, and over here what we need to do is we need to uncomment this file if you haven't already, and here we will add our assets folder over here, assets, and that should be fine. So we don't see any error. So once we are done with that one, let's go and grab that image 1.jpg file, right? So the name should be the same one, and then we should add it over here. And you also have some of the properties if you want to modify it. So if you need some more modifier, you can grab the modifier from here. I can set the scale size, width, height, right, and box feet. So I guess for me box feet, let's say fit. And if you want to change it to the box fit or fill, so I guess that should be fine. And once we are done with that, I guess we are done with the Flutter to load a simple image from our asset folder. And if you want to do the same thing to our, let's go back over here, and let me close all of this. This is from the SwiftUI, so let us create a new file over here. So let me go and grab a new file, and let's select a SwiftUI view from here, and we will just give this name as a image view or any name that you prefer over here. Just create it, and let's remove this one, and I'll just load an image from here, and let's load the image. And currently we don't have image over here. Okay, so it should be inside this Swift folder, so let us drag it over there. And currently we don't have image. If we go to the assets, and let's create a new image set over here, and I'll call it as image 1. So let me rename this one, and I'll call this one as image 1, and I guess that should be fine. And let's add that image over here too. So I'll just grab this and just drag it over here, and that should be fine. And once we are there, what we can do is let's go back to our image view over here, and with this image view I can grab that image 1, image 1. I guess that's the, what was the name, I also forwarded. So it was the let me rename this one. So image image 1, I guess that should be fine. Let's go back over here, and let's try to rebuild this one. So let's try to rebuild that one. I guess we made a mistake over here. That is image image 1. Okay, now you can see that we have an image over here, but it is too big for our particular screen. So what we can do is we can add some modifiers. So I'll just say resizable, and that's look pretty better now. And then you can also add the I guess it should be of the aspect ratio, and we don't need that, and I will need the mode, content mode. In content mode dot, I can select the fit, I guess. So let's see. Okay, so we get that particular view, so that should be fine, right? So if you want to need some more modifier, you can just go and some more modifier, like the size of this particular image if you want to decrease it, right? But what we'll do is we'll just keep it as a simple, that's how we have done it over here. Size of the image asset, just an image, and just a simple box fit over there. And box fit, content fit, we have used a fit over here. That's quite similar to what we have used as a box fit that fill. And if you want to change that, you can just go and change it. But let's move on to our Android Studio over here. And here on the Android Studio, what we'll do is we'll go and create a new folder over here. A new function, add composable, right? Composable, and let's create a function of the let's say image. I think that should be of let's say custom or something like CUSTO, custom image view or something like, and then I'll just get the that should be fine. So let's load the image over here, and then what I will do is I'll load an image over here, and that should be from the vector painter, and that should be okay. So let me arrange it properly. Once we got that, and then we have a content description, and currently we don't have any image. If we go to our driver folder over here, res and the driver folder, we don't have image. So what we'll do, we'll just grab that particular same image from here, and in this case I will copy it from here if I can copy it, and let me paste it over here, and then I'll paste it to this particular driver folder, and let's rename this one to same image 1, right? Image 1.the Jetpack. Okay, so once we got that, let's copy this one, and here we require a painter. So what I can do over here with this modifier is painter resource. I will get a painter resource, and ID will be the r.the driver, so that is inside the driver folder dot the image 1. So we got that one, and once we have that, we can also give some content description over here. So description, I can just say image 1, that will be just image 1, and then another modifier that can also I can also add it over here is to let's add a modifier, sorry, a modifier over here, this one, and then a modifier thought I can take some modifier, like you can add the size, padding, but I guess I'll just set it as a fill to the width. So let us try to cover the width, or fill max width. I guess that should be fine. And once we got that, you can go and modify some of the other properties over here, but let's just keep it as a simple for now. And I'll just copy this one from here, and I'll just go to my home screen, because that is what we are loading from our main activity. So let's go and paste it over here, and that's it. So let us try to now run. So the code is ready for our compose as well as the SwiftUI, and then we have the Flutter over here. So let's try to run. So I'll go to the home screen over here, and I have to replace this one with the image widget that we just created. I guess image widget, right? And that should be fine. So once we got that, let's try to run it from here. And here we got an error, so I guess we made some mistake over here. So it should be of the assets, assets dot assets slash the image one. So let's try to rerun this one again, and we don't see any error. Let's open up our simulator over here. Where is that one? And that should be somewhere here. Okay, so you can see that we got that one over here, and that is how it looked like from our Flutter project. And let's try to run it from our Android Studio that we have just created a compose function. So let me run it from here. Let me restart the project from here, and let's go back and let's look it. So we get a quite similar look over here, right? And that should be good to go. So we can load our image over here, and the next is that we will go back to our this particular project over here, which is on the SwiftUI. And what we need to do is let's go to our this particular app startup, and over here, instead of the button view, I can load my image view, right? So I have an image view. So let's load that particular SwiftUI, and I can just run it from here. Let's select that particular device. I'll be selecting this one, and then you can just run it from here. And once the project is running, you can see that we have loaded our image over here. So that's fine. So we have loaded our image, and we have learned how to add our image on the Flutter, SwiftUI, as well as on the Compose. So I guess that's all for this lesson, and if you want to get a source code, make sure to check out the course description. You can get it from there, and we'll meet up in the next lecture. Till then, have a great day.